Hi, I'm Mike Nicholas, and I'm the owner and broker of Integrity Mortgage and the lead loan officer for Team Integrity, part of Integrity Mortgage. I want to share with you basically the four legs of the lending chair because I think if you understand what's involved in a mortgage, it will help you to appreciate why we ask some of the questions we ask and why we probe as much as we do on the front end to make the mortgage process as smooth and as painless as possible at the end of the mortgage. First of all, the four things that go into making a mortgage haven't really changed since Cumley Rich got the first loan from the Philadelphia Building Society in 1837. And no, I wasn't there. It just looks like it some Friday afternoons after I've had a long week. But the truth of the matter is that these four principles that I'm about to share with you are long time established, and the banking industry has always looked to them to determine if somebody should be able to buy a home. The first is what's called ability to pay. Ability to pay is your income stream. Typically, it's your income stream for the past 2 years. Now, what they're looking for in an income stream is its stability, its continuity, and whether or not there's any variations in income, such as bonuses or commission income, that might cause the income to fluctuate. Typically, we want to see any gaps in income documented, and we want to be able to establish, if you're self-employed, that you have a history or track record of running your business. The second item is what's called willingness to pay. Now, willingness to pay is different than ability to pay because that's how you pay your bills. Whether you sit down and do it auto pay, Venmo, automatic, write a check, doesn't matter how they get paid, but are you consistent in those payments? Now, a lot of people immediately think credit score, and they always say, well, gosh, on the credit expert, my credit score is a 750 or whatever it happens to be. Just understand there are several different credit scoring models, and the one that we're dealing with is the residential three-file merge with the three primary bureaus, Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. And what we're looking for is a pattern of how you handle your credit over a period of time. So the credit score is the cliff note, but they're also looking at depth of credit. They're looking for something called triangulation, which basically means that we have at least 3 pieces of credit so that it's valid. They're looking for no disputed credit items. In other words, that you're not having issues with a creditor. All of these things come into play in ability to pay. The third item is what's called equity to collateral, which is a real fancy way of saying down payment. Now, let's burst the myth right away. The typical homeowner in the perfect world does not come in with 20% down. We don't live in that world. So we look at the programs to find out what is the best possible solution for each and every client. We have 3% or 5% down conventional loan programs. We have FHA at 3.5%. We have VA with 0% down. And we also have USDA, which is for rural properties, which is also a possible 100% financing. So when you begin exploring where you'd like to live your dream home, we can then explore which loan products best meet the needs of the type of transaction that you're going to have. The fourth and the final leg of the lending chair, that's really easy. That's the collateral. In other words, the home itself. Now, if you're coming in and buying your first home as a first-time home buyer, and you're putting 3% down or 5% down on a $500,000 home, then you're probably limited in your resources. So we're not going to want you to buy a home for $500,000 and tie up all your money in that property if it's going to need a roof repair in 2 short years, or if there's some other major structural deficiency. So that's why during the appraisal, it's extremely important not just that we evaluate the home and whether or not it meets minimum habitability standards, but they're also going to want to know that the operating systems of the home work. In other words, the heating and air conditioning systems are working at the time that you buy it, the plumbing systems, the electrical systems, and of course that roof I've already mentioned. So those are the 4 legs of the lending chair. And when you put all 4 of them together, it's very easy to get a loan approval. My team and I here at Team Integrity are committed to making the process as simple and as painless as possible for you, and we hope that this explanation helps you to understand all the questions we're going to ask when we get together.